What's up, guys? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. Today is Monday, August 12th, 2019. We're back with another trading week, and this week has been started off with a great one. We had Euro Yen shorts last night and gold shorts. Easy 80 to 90 pips secured, and currently we're just holding Euro USD. Waiting for that to pretty much stop playing games. So I'm going to give you guys a few moments to get set up on the portal. In the time being, I'm going to be sending out the live links and we can get started. Make sure your questions are ready and you're ready to go. Oops. And we'll have a great week. So one moment, guys. I believe there's not too many high impact fundamentals this week, so that's good. We'll check on Forex Factory, but I believe that is the case. So yeah, we're really trying to push people to go onto the portal and also these live sessions. If you know anyone that's a new trader, that's just started or is struggling, make sure you let them know about our portal and our trading sessions. They can definitely be of help to some people. You never know. I believe this is a very easy way of trading, and a lot of people are already taking their own trades, which is great. Like I've said countless times before, signals should be used as a tool, and we at Forex Lens don't want you guys to be dependent on us for months and years to come. We want you guys to, do these signals, learn how to trade during the live sessions, and then once you've grown enough to enter trades on your own, you could be your own trader, and not count on me or any of the other providers to provide you trades. So that's all fine and dandy. The links have been sent, and live links. Oops. Apologize. And we can get started shortly. Today is Monday, so this session should be pretty short, but we should get a few setups out of the way. And I believe tomorrow we have CPI for the US dollar, so that'll be key. What's up, guys? Everyone getting in. So I'm gonna let everyone get settled in. In the meantime, I'm gonna start off. You know the drill. We start off with the euro. So we had movement last night for the euro from our entry. We had about 20 pips. This movement right here, I really thought at this point in particular, we were gonna extend this consolidation box out. At this point in particular, I actually thought the euro shorts were about to finally start moving, because on the smaller time frames, we did have a break outside the consolidation box. I don't know if the 1 hour will show. Yeah, so the 1 hour showed a nice break out of this consolidation box that we drew last week. And then euro, we got 20 pips or so. Then euro just snapped back in right into the midst of the consolidation box, and we've created a very low key and quiet descending channel, this right here, drawn by this top trend line and this lower trend line right here. So the bias is still there, still short. The price structure hasn't changed. The only time I would be cautious of shorts maybe being validated is if we do get a break of this descending channel that we're in, and maybe a break above 1.12500, which is the level we spoke about for a few weeks now being key for the euro, since we rebounded from 1.10,000. But shorts are still the bias. As long as the dollar index holds up, I do see euro going down. So that's the only trade we're holding right now. Let me show the dollar index. Yeah, so the dollar index right now, believe it actually, yeah, so it gapped on Sunday. It gapped actually down here. And on these small, it won't let me, but on these small time frames, we are looking to close above this trend line. What we do not want is, for dollar index to come and satisfy this range to 95.570. Looking to the left, that's what we normally do when we are in this trading range. When we close below 97.642, we usually do go down to this support trading range. Let me actually fix this to make it a bit more accurate. So a bit more accurate, 95.750. So for those that trade indices or just are looking at USD pairs in general, keep a good eye on the dollar index because it will tell the tale before it happens. And right now things aren't looking too good for dollar shorts, I believe. Yep. So on this dollar index chart, we can look at the small time frame, and so this was earlier when we gapped below at the open. We gapped about 50 points below, but we've bounced back since then, and now we're just resting on this trend line as some type of dynamic support. We'll keep an eye on this. Euro, we're about -15 in drawdown, so nothing too major, but shorts are still there. We could just end up popping back up, but right now it's not looking too good for Euro USD shorts based on the dollar index. But we will see tomorrow. We do have US dollar CPI, so that is a major factor that could be a catalyst for shorts. Looking at the forecast, so they are forecasting. Well, the CPI will be forecasted to be greater than the previous. Then the core CPI is going to be slightly worse. So we could have no reaction in the market, or if both come out higher than expected, we could have our USD shorts kick in. But moving on to the pound. So the pound, as I spoke about last week, was gearing up for shorts, and that is what it did. So going to the 4-hourly, we drew this descending channel last week, and I love channels because they really confirm a trend shift. So this channel really just paints the picture of higher highs and higher lows. And when we did get a break of the channel with this candle right here, we got a couple retests, and retest, rejection, we had rejection, and we went deep out of our support zone. We actually closed out of it, and then price snapped back in, and it's looking like we might actually go a bit above the support region and consolidate some more. Tomorrow's USD core CPIs are amazing. We could see this move from here just go further down, but right now we are at the 61.8 fib level, I believe. Just checking. So yeah, we've just tapped the 61.8 fib level. Ideally, we do want this kind of close back here, and we could probably enter shorts once we leak out of the support zone. So pound USD, like for most of the quarter and going forward, it is looking like a short. I would not be buying any pound pairs. Some of the other providers might be calling buys on the pound, but I've been pretty constant on my view. So what we're looking for, and in terms of signals and trades that I'll be calling personally, if we can get a close outside of this support region again, right outside the the 23.6 fib level, I definitely be going short again. That's just further confirm. Just a little push outside of the zone, a retest of the zone, and a rejection out. Looking on the monthly, we can see that the pound is making new lows. It's never been this low before. Other than in 2017, in terms of historic lows, that's where we're going to go. Looking to the left, back when in '93 when the pound started trading on what broker is this? FXCM. We haven't gone below this area right here. So that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to push and make new historical lows for the pound. We're just waiting for the entry. So usually Mondays we're just giving the biases. Not really too many trade setups. Last night the gold and euro yen trade setup was irresistible. I had to enter. Going to gold, actually. We'll do gold first. Gold, similar picture as euro. However, we did get a bit of the consolidation move. We were right here somewhere, and we got the at least 40 pips, but it went as deep as 70 on gold, and it just bounced back up right at the bottom of this consolidation region. And right now we're just in a range, this box from 1490 to 1510, so around 200 pip consolidation range. We've been since last week of August. And so the real move, other than the consolidation, intraday moves that we've been catching, is going to happen with a break above 510. I believe we have a buy stop at 512 or 511, or a clear close below 1490. And these kind of setups are great because when you do get that break above, maybe even some sort of retest, usually the setup is perfect to enter in that direction that it breaks out of. Especially when you have a nice consolidation region. When you do get that break outside of the consolidation box, the move is pretty aggressive. So you can even bag 30 to 50 pips. And so even if it is a fake out, you have an aggressive push, you can get the 30 to 50 pips with the buy stop or sell stop. And then once those pips are catched, you can move stops to entry. And if we do get a retrace back and gold ends up going long, we're not going to be hurt by it because we did catch the impulse move. So that's what I see for gold, just sitting on your hands. Right now we're just in between a 200 pip consolidation box. On the weekly, it is still a long, obviously. Just looking at this overall bull trend that's been going on for the past 5 or so weeks. It is due for a retrace or some sort of retracement on the higher time frame. But printing a hammer on the weekly is suggesting that we're going to be going to 1530, 1540 region. Which I've spoke of when we longed gold 2 weeks ago. Last week when we longed gold to 1500. The next stop, the next take profit was 1530, 1540 area. On the weekly, we are printing a bullish hammer, so long term, it might look like gold is popping off, unless tomorrow's CPI data could bring gold back down to 1475 maybe. So we'll see. Right now, even on the daily, you can see just a bunch of hammers and dojis printed within this box. Hopefully tomorrow's CPI is great and we can get some dollar strength to push gold back down. Take a quick peek at the chat. Sorry for sniffling. Allergies, I believe. I always think I'm getting sick, but I'm not. What's up, Alex? Euro USD. Okay, Euro Aussie. Yeah, sure, Ryan. And I think that's it. By the way, if you are on the portal, make sure you're logged in to YouTube on the same browser to ask your questions. Okay, so moving on. USD yen. So last week we spoke about USD yen shorts, and this one. Trying to find the exact. Okay, it's this one. Apologies. So going on the weekly, we have this ascending trend line that we spoke of, and I remember telling you guys that 104.736 is the target for USD yen. If you're a swing trader, I hope you did take the entry because we're well, around 80 pips on the way there. Very simple setup. Just looking to the left, we can see that when we do get the closure below 105.600, we make a run for 104.736. You can see that in several instances, and this was a major support. Last time we paid this price a visit, we had a nice wick that tapped all the way to this specific support, and that's where price will be looking to go. You can also think of it as a wick fill on the monthly time frame. But going to the 4-hourly, where the price structure is very basic and textbook. We had a support right here, right above 105.600. Right, we had the initial break. We had a retest on the smaller time frame, and it's looking like we're gonna go down. Further downside is expected for USD yen. Tomorrow is the CPI, like it keeps saying. So who knows? We might, if the dollar gets some strength, we might see it pop up. But this trend line can just show you the overall the lower highs and lower lows it's printing. Now is actually a nice point to enter. We've created a nice shooting star right here, a teardrop candle. We could, this is a nice entry short. Let me see. It's always good to use this short and long position tool on TradingView. But this setup's not too shabby. 1.65 for an intraday. I would not take it just because this retrace could be a bit more aggressive in the sense that we could cut back and retrace 105.600, and it will still respect the overall price structure of making higher highs and higher lows. Right now we are printing a hammer, so you might see a push to this trend line, and if you do see a push to this trend line and a actual rejection like this candle, like right here, a nice fat bearish candle, then you can enter short from somewhere up here, stops right above here, and you can have a much better risk to reward right around 2.26. So moving on, pretty slow day, but we already bagged some pretty good profits on Sundays, which is surprising because I usually don't trade Sundays, and I advise highly against it unless it works with your trading strategy. Moving on, Euro Aussie. Last week we got the short right here, perfect, very little drawdown entry, and it's looking like since then we've kind of pulled back right to where we shorted from 1.66244, which was a resistance before here, and we are looking like this mini bull run is stalling at that price point. Looking at overall price structure, daily kind of looks a bit confusing because we did have a big push, a hammer, a push that turned into an evening star, a bearish engulfing going down, and then we have a pullback. Pretty mixed on the daily. Overall price structure, this bull run right here was pretty aggressive, so we were due for that retrace, which we got here. This could be another leg up. So going on the daily, the daily time frame, it is, Euro Aussie should go higher, and that's fine because I do believe Aussie dollar is due to slip more. But if you're looking for longs on Euro Aussie, I believe Ryan, look for some sort of break above this resistance. A break above 1.66244. Maybe some sort of retest, would be great. But if we do get that break, I do see us going to 1.68742. As previously discussed, when we did make this push above, that's where we're going. That's where I believe Euro Aussie is going. So let me cover Aussie dollar before we send this off. If you have any last minute pair recommendations, let me know. So Aussie dollar, last week we cut the short from here to here, and then we waited for the retest. This arrow was where I said we would probably go. We went right around that area, and now Aussie is slipping again. Right now we're just sitting at support 0.67500. a very important psychological support for Aussie. If you look on the monthly, you will see how important this level is, and that's what we have right now for Aussie. We could have sell stops right below here. We're on the 4-hourly. We're right near that support, so I'm going to elect to watch the price action. If we do get that close below this level, we can make another visit to right here, 0.66820, or you can even just put it right here, 0.66900 or 0.6700 is where Aussie dollar should go by tomorrow, maybe even Wednesday. That's where I see Aussie going. I don't see any reversal happening off this level, even though this previous high did take out these lower highs. The overall price structure, in my opinion, and on the higher time frame is short for Aussie dollar. So if for the Aussie dollar setup, if you're looking to do sell stops, which I don't really like sell stops, but they have a time and place. Oops. Oh boy. Okay, cool. I thought I ruined my chart. Sell stops. Look for something like this. A great intraday setup, 1.85. If you're wondering why the stop is here, just look to the left. We've had a series of highs that acted as a resistance on a smaller time frame right above this level, so that's where my stops will be. This is what you can look for. Look for a sell stop or price action, and this is the basic setup for the short. Going to the daily, you can see the overall price action is telling you shorts. Came off a nice weekly descending trend line. We made a strong push out of our support region right here. We made a retrace on this green candle and a rejection out of these red candles. So we are looking to go lower, and I believe that is today's session. I'll check the chat one last time, and it will be done. So Alex, I hope that helped with your question. I mean Ryan. Okay, I think that's it for okay. Doris Betty, NSD yen. Sure, we can look at NSD yen. Wow. So I haven't actually looked at this pair in a while. So what I'll do is, unless I have this chart drawn already, I think I'll analyze. Okay, there you go. So NSD yen. Did we short this last week? Or I believe we shorted a few weeks ago. Anyways, NSD yen has actually slipped a lot. Let me go to the monthly and see. I haven't looked at this pair in quite some time actually. So wow. This was a textbook swing short for my swing traders out there. So we had this major support on the monthly, right? And we got that break, and we had a short on the smaller time frame. And then what NSD yen did a month later is they actually broke outside of the support. If I extend this horizontal ray to the left, we can see it's been resistance. And let me actually talk about the level in particular. Just there's two here. So 69.051 or 69 flat has been a nice resistance and support. So back in 2008, 2009, 2010, a very strong resistance for NSD, and then in 06 and right around 04, it's been a decent support. And the last time we visited this level or close to was in 2016 when price tapped it. And we just completely shattered through that level with this. I mean, look at this monthly candle zooming in. If this monthly candle doesn't tell you to sellers, I don't know what does, but it's a very aggressive push through this historic level. And if you're a swing trader, I mean, the setup is there for the taking. If you're, on a smaller account, and $1,000 account and you want to enter a 0.05 or 0.01 swing short, this is right here is you don't even have to look at the smaller time frame. This is all you have to do. I mean, it could be even more. Your stop loss could be even more less than this, but in terms of like to be very conservative and not get stopped out, etc., 2.48 risk to reward to short to the near term support around 60.500 for NSD yen. Obviously, not everyone has accounts this big, so go to the smaller time frame. You can get probably your stop loss. Your stop loss further down below here. But let's look at the smaller time frame and see if there is an entry. Usually when there's a big move, you want to wait for some sort of retrace or a retest of the zone. So right now, it does look like we might come up and retest this key historic level of 69.051 or 69 flat is where we might be headed. If you look at price action before, when we do break key level, we always get that retest, rejection, and that's what we're looking for on the daily. So we had that break, we had a push, might come up and retest. See if there's a setup on the 1 hourly to catch some of these shorts. So on the 1 hourly, I believe I actually did this for a different video, but right now we are making a course. Here's another channel, and you'll see this in the course that we're making. This is a ascending channel, and when it's in conjunction with a bear move or a bear run, this is a bearish flag pattern. So we have 4 hourly. You can see this this down move as a pull, and this as a flag, right? And it's just a bearish continuation pattern. This is a bear flag, so this is a pull, this long down move, and this ascending channel is your flag, and with a slip out and a short. So whoever caught this and learned from me about my passion and love for channels, there's a nice entry here. Break, retest on small time frame, short. Right now we are on some hourly support for NSD yen, which is great because if we do get this break of this support right here, we can get some nice short, some easy pips. The support is at 67.845. Overall price structure is making higher highs and higher lows. So look for not a sell stop, but a break of this level, maybe some sort of retest, and we can short it to that previous support we talked about on the weekly time frame. So going on to the weekly, we can see where exactly we want to go to. So this is the the long-term target, 60.312. In terms of something more close in price, maybe these highs right here, previous resistance and support, which is at 65.858. So around exactly 200 pips from where we are right now. So that's what I see for NSD yen. I think this week there's gonna be a lot of swing opportunities, or swing opportunities that we can use as intraday setups, so we can get in there, get a portion of the move, and move on to the next one. Because we have been holding Euro USD for a few days now, so I don't really like holding trades too long. But this is a nice setup, so thank you for recommending that. And I believe that will conclude today's session. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we have some major fundamentals, so we will definitely see some movement in the market. If you guys watch my FOMC or NFP video on trading news, you can definitely use that strategy at the key levels when this release happens. So that is it for today, and I'll see you all tomorrow. And happy trading, you guys. And yep.